belly. And it's one leg at a time for Eli's,
Yeah.
right? So again, still looking at length of quads, hip flexors. Eli's is an interesting one again because it can translate pain across to the SI joint if the hip is tight. So what I'm going to do is a true positive Eli's happens within the first 30 degrees. Is that right? Is it 30? Yeah. So when I go to bend the knee, flex the knee, if the same side pelvis elevates, so just go into like hip flexion on this side for me. Yeah. So if the hip flexes like this, as I bend the knee in that first 30 degrees, relax, then I know that something in the anterior hip is tight and it's causing the hip to compensate into flexion. Okay? And I've seen this where we get to about here and the person, the hip won't lift, but the person will say that hurts. And I'll say where? And they'll say my back hurts. So the structures are still pulling and it's translating force across into the SI. So always make sure you ask if there's pain, and if there is pain, make sure you locate where. Okay? Again, you can get a little higher, and for some people the hip will start to lift. It's not as positive as you come past 30, but it still could be clinically relevant for you to attend to like lateral hip and anterior hip structures.
You should be able to get to 90 easily without movement, but it's, again, the true test is in that first 30 degrees of range.
Yeah. So again, it'll be interesting today. I'm sure some of you will have this. So just be gentle with each other, because I know it doesn't seem like a really aggressive test, but if anybody does have low back pain, it can be uncomfortable pretty quickly. And that was okay for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And again, easy one to do on the table. So as you're starting to think about like what tests you can start to use while you're in student clinic, these are all tests that are really simple to do. Like sometimes I will just fold the sheet up on both knees and test both legs. Sometimes I'll drape one leg and then do this test, but I find them really good for on-table tests if I wanted to like get the person on the table and make them happy.
And that Eli's test?
Yeah.
That one, it's testing just nothing specific in the front. Don't film me. You are.
It can be like anterior hip capsule, or it can be ruc fem more specifically. Like it doesn't really give you the structure itself, because it can be a few different things.
Helps you like
Hone in on the fact that it's something to do with the structures that are affected by knee flexion and tension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you just think about when you bend the knee, you're stretching the rectum over the knee and it crosses the hip. So something's got to give at a certain point. And we're looking for it really early in the range.
Whoa,
Jesus.
aggressive.
That's aggressive.
Senior.
Cool. So why don't you practice